This is the last episode.
Supporter, neo-Nazi.
I think that was funny.
You're laughing at the truth coming out.
Andres just got mad at me and just, decided to
My dark
tell
side
me what
came
I
out.
am.
What you really are on the inside.
A
You're hiding
straight,
from,
white, heterosexual, cis male.
it's like the shadows in the shadow people in Persona, where it's your real you on the inside,
Yeah.
and it's just you with like the same outfit, but your hat's red instead.
Yeah. I have a red
And
fedora.
the pins are all the same on your denim jacket. It's just your hat's red.
But it's an alternate universe where I did get that Fox News pin. That's
Oh yeah, the one that we saw.
Yeah.
I still hate that you didn't get it.
I kind of wish I did.
Of
but-
anything you should have bought there, except like, those records were totally worth it.
Yeah, the Frank Zappa records.
Still,
yes.
like I put that pin in the same wheelhouse of like things you should have taken with you.
So when we went to Frank and Sons the other week, when I got my Frank Zappa thing.
Yeah, we found like a booth that was just tons of pins.
Yeah, there was a million pins, but one of them was just a Fox News like
It was
TV.
I think it was one from like
logo.
the 90s, like their old logo.
There was the old like Fox News logo, and
And it was
I
the
wish I
only
got it.
news logo pin that we found.
next time we go to Frank and Sons, if it's there, I'm gonna get it.
Yeah, you have to pick it up.
Because
You need to.
it's too good.
Yeah.
And if you guys know me, you understand. If you don't, well, you.
He likes the news.
That's I like there's a certain art. It's like different art genres, like this like modernism, postmodern. Shit posting is my favorite form of art.
What about math rock?
Yeah. Animals as leaders.
Nothing. I think one of my favorite hip hop
not
books of all
anti-math
time is
rock,
that we're marching to math rock
What?
because of how math rock has weird time signatures.
Yeah.
And just the idea of marching to math rock makes me giggle every time I hear it.
That is really funny, actually.
It's clever.
Yeah.
It's also like a little bit inside because who the fuck talks about math rock anymore?
I don't even talk like Gent is modern day math rock, but like
actual math rock where
No
like
one-
it becomes 10 different songs for
Yeah,
no
yeah.
reason.
no. Okay, there we go. He said a word and I wanted to do it again. All right, let's see how long this lasts. I'm using Firefox right now because
Yeah, you converted. You and
No, I
Chrome are
didn't.
seeing other people.
we're seeing other people at the second because Chrome decided to log me out of YouTube and wouldn't let me log back in, which as you guys know, I watch a lot of YouTube. And
If
so
you're a young person, that's kind of how you do a lot of things. It's
yeah,
just YouTube.
and so I had to use Firefox for now, but
regrettably,
because Firefox like kills my CPU apparently, so we'll see how long this. If it crashes like 2 more times,
maybe the newest version of Firefox has problems. I don't
maybe
know.
or just is no good on Mac.
Yeah,
maybe it does-
that could be it.
Maybe is no good on Mac.
Is no good.
Yeah. All right, guys, there are too many things to talk about. First, I want to mention that there's an album that came out. It's called Z.2 or Z.2 or Z2 or Z2, whatever you want to call it. Remember the guy Ben Down? He's been on the podcast a couple times. He has this album series called Zed, and Zed2 just got released, and it's probably my favorite collection of music he's ever released.
It's got a sweet cover too.
Yeah,
I saw the cover and I was like, "What is this?" I'm like, "Oh, it's for that album."
Yeah,
Weird.
it's my favorite album of his. It has some of my favorite songs like ever. Like Believe is so good. I fixed it. Maybe we'll see what happens. I moved it over to Chrome. I moved all my tabs over to Chrome, and now Chrome is working. I don't remember what we were talking about. I should have went back and
Deplorables.
No, Z2. That's what I was talking
Z2
about. Go to hurtrecords.com and go buy the album
/lemonparty.org.
Yeah, or go to it's on Spotify, so you can go on Spotify. Type
Is
in,
it on Bandcamp?
No.
Is it on Apple Music?
Probably. It's on iTunes.
Why'd you say that and like aggressively hit your desk? Like probably just in anger.
I didn't mean to. It was an accident. I don't know my own body. Who am I? 64201. How many times do you think I've made that joke in my life?
I'm sad that you keep making that joke that literally nobody gets, and not who can I be now, which people actually know and is like a better thing to just fucking say.
So that's why I say mine. You know me, man. I like my
Mima muma mo.
It's my, it's my favorite line from Les Mis.
Mama say mama sa makusa. I love when Prisoner 24601 said that. Remember that in the sword when he was having a sword fight?
Yeah, with their dicks flying in the wind.
And then he pushed him off the bridge and he died in shitty CG.
I like that part.
No, that scene is awesome until he dies and it's really bad looking.
No, shut up. There's nothing wrong with that movie.
Okay,
It's a perfect film.
right now, hot take. What is the only good part of Les Mis, song wise, that like stands out above everything else in the movie version?
What are you talking about? I it's a 10 out of 10 movie. What do you mean only good thing? There's so many good things.
Because I prefer the musical, how it sounds like song-wise.
Okay.
But far and away, the only part that I think the movie has musically over the original is every time Prism 24601 is on screen.
Well, that's because Wolverine is a captivating actor.
Yeah, whenever it's him and the warden is the only parts I'm like, this is way better than the musical. Holy shit!
Those two actors are so good.
They're so fucking good.
Yeah.
That warden dude is. I did not expect his voice to be so good when I first saw it.
Well, it's all auto-tune, but yeah.
But like just the way it's engineered with everything.
Yeah, they did a good job.
Blows my dick off.
Yeah,
it's real cool.
Same.
I wish I liked everything else in Les Mis' story. That isn't the prisoner stuff.
It's a perfect movie. It's perfect film.
Actually, no, I like everything that isn't the romance, which isn't much of the movie.
I even like
but it's too much.
No, shut up.
I think the romance is kind of forced.
It's the point. Shut up.
No, it's not. It's just it's there because it has to because that's how theater is. I'm like, that's lame.
I don't know. I like it.
You're talking to a guy who likes that dumb fairy tale whatever stuff, and I don't even like that stuff in Les Mis.
I feel like Les Mis is the only thing that I will bury my head in the sand if someone tells me that there is something wrong with it. Oh, like, even if it's a little thing.
Because it just means too much?
Yeah, it means too many things.
That's totally fine.
I can accept criticism on pretty much anything.
I used to be that way, but then I was like, man, Dr. Horrible Sing-Along Blog is actually really far from perfect.
Oh, yeah. No, it's not a good
But
film.
when I first saw it, I was like, no, this thing's perfect. Yeah, so I was like super young.
I see what you mean. Yeah.
I was like, no.
I get it.
No, only two of the characters can sing really well.
I still love that Neil Patrick Harris's Twitter profile, like icon was that for so long.
Wait, really?
Yeah, that's for like years.
That's really cool. Not
it's
Doogie
cool
Howser.
It's like the smallest thing ever, and he was like, I'm proud of this.
I also forgot that one of the fucking guys from Big Bang Theory got a start in that. The dude with the bowl cut, the Jewish dude. He's in that as one of his friends.
Oh, what?
When he's vlogging, yeah.
All right.
Because I hear when you listen to the album, you hear his voice, and I'm like, oh, that's him.
Okay, we have too many things to talk about, so let's talk about. Okay,
let's talk about my freeze ray.
So Z2, go listen to it. It's amazing. I went to go see Dr. Jordan B. Peterson on Wednesday last week, and
Dr. Jordan, clean your room. I like frogs, Peterson,
and lobsters.
What
you're saying is,
Oh yeah, what you're saying is.
So Dave Rubin opened up.
Oh really? I didn't know that.
It was really yeah. He just kind of showed. Well, during the live stream that day, he was like, "And when you go, maybe you'll see a special guest," and everyone's like, "Oh, it's you, cool." But it was him, and it was awesome.
I didn't think he would actually go.
So I got to see Dave Rubin and Jordan Bones Peterson. That's his name.
Bones.
Kidding. Yeah, it was really cool. I shook his hand. I got him to sign my book, and I'm gonna try to get him on this podcast. It may or may not happen. Go tweet him out. Go harass him.
Go balls in
a nice way.
Don't go balls out. Go balls in.
Go balls in. Like if you're gonna harass Peterson, please do it in a very respectful way, like all you are. What?
There's so much wrong with that statement,
dude. I was so
harass him nicely.
I was so nervous talking to him, and I didn't expect myself to be either.
Well, you're talking to.
I'm talking to the human who changed my life.
Yeah,
more so than my mother.
Well, because it's a step up above just speaking to an intellectual, speaking to a culture professor you respect. It's above that.
It's very.
It's for you, person. It's a different kind of thing.
It's a very important human.
How long was the discussion?
Like 2 hours. I remember like an hour and a half in, he was like, "Oh, I guess I should talk about my book."
Was it like a one-man show or?
Yeah, cool. It was just him on stage talking, which is like good.
That's what he does.
That's what he does.
I was wondering if you brought any guests or just had like
it's hard to do any better than him at that.
Yeah.
Just talking for 2 hours.
That's what he did for a job.
It's what he does for a job.
Well, he does it for free, technically.
Well, people give him money.
No, like he does it because he would
makes
do it.
$60,000 a month on Patreon.
Yeah, he would do it anyways, whether people paid him that much.
True. All right. But I when I saw him, I said, it's like, hey, where would I go if I wanted to, email you about being a guest on my podcast? He's like, talk to this guy, get my card or whatever. So I did, and then he
get them digits.
Yeah. And then he was like, so what's your podcast? Is it any good? And at that point, I was not expecting that very complicated question. See, here's what I wanted to say, and here's what like when I email him, like, this is what I'm gonna say is like, we have this nerd news and culture podcast, and I would like to do an episode about the psychology of nerd culture and obsession, and I think that'd be a worthwhile topic talking about on this podcast. I should have said that, but instead I was like, and this is real. I was like, it's fine. I've been doing it for a while. I don't know.
Man, you dropped that spaghetti all over the floor, spilling out of your pockets.
Yeah, just bursting from the seams with just spaghetti everywhere. God,
he was like, "Oh, I like that."
Yeah.
He's Yoda now, by the way.
Cool. Yeah, your Peterson impression is just Yoda, which is fine.
I can't do Canadian throat frog, man. That's what he is. Well, because he always has like a little like that in the back of his throat.
Yeah, I can't do it either.
It's only on certain vowels. Like it's the way he speaks.
He's also from Alberta, and which is
Alberta has a very distinct
Alberta's
accent.
Like the where he grew up is apparently like a rough and tough neighborhood of
It's rural. It's rural. Alberta's can be rural. Yeah.
Which means it's like an average.
Which means he's killed a man to get where he is today.
Yeah, pretty much. No, it means he I don't know, got in one fight once or something, probably. Because it's Canada. You know?
It's just the dumb idea of like, he's 55 years old, he was in Canada, he probably fought somebody once. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, it's Canada. Who knows?
Canada?
No.
Canada?
Canada. Get it right.
That's not real.
All right, so... Dude, I lost. You know?
Shut up. Read your topics. What is happening? I can't see you being confused, so I don't know what you're doing. It's really frustrating.
0 things. You know how
because you were talking and then you breathed really loud for I think you were going for a gag or something.
And then and
then you got lost in your own joke that had no start and no end.
You got it. You've been doing this long enough to understand how my brain works.
You're like a 5-year-old who starts a story in the middle.
But I'm not bad at it sometimes.
And then there was a dog.
Yeah,
No, here, I'll do one for you. So anyway, and that's how it goes every time when your brain just goes no.
Yeah.
Okay, explain again, because every week is something different. Why the fuck your brain don't work though good?
I don't know. I'm tired today. I had
baby boy drank a baby beer and had sloppy joes.
Oh, yeah.
And I told him he's ready to poop himself live on this podcast.
I had 1 beer and 2 sloppy joes, and my body's just
He was poop prepping on the way here.
Yeah.
I'm not happy about it.
I'm getting ready. All right, so let's talk about
it's leaking out of his ears.
We've been talking for 12 minutes and nothing has happened. So let's talk about...
That's life, man.
So let's talk about... That's the lie. People die all the time.
That's life, man.
Let's talk about... So there is a tweet that came out from this boy named Marcus Czars. Marcus Phoenix, voiced by John DiMaggio. No, Marcus Czars.
Dumb.
At Marcus_Sellers. This is his Twitter profile. It says reviewer, editor, writer for at NinSwitchNet, at Mike Nintendo 64, at Nintendo City. Industry insider. So this guy,
hot and single in your area.
Okay, never mind.
We'll pay for gas.
A Jew, maybe. So
why, baby?
Crashed again. I think I'm. Oh yeah. Okay, this is recording. I think I'm gonna change at the end of my Twitter profile. I think I'm gonna put a Jew, maybe, with a question mark.
Question? No. ... Maybe.
Yeah. There's something funny about that. Okay, so anyway,
Lewis, you know how there's that thing.
I want to talk about one thing.
No. This is more important.
It's not.
You know how there's that thing where they talk about psychologically where men they act more masculine to hide the fact that they're actually homosexual.
Yeah.
Like that kind of thing, or whatever. Like they're hiding a personality trait, so they act extreme opposites.
Yeah.
Do you really want to be Jewish that badly? Is that really what this is about? Because you can tell me, that's fine. You can still be my friend. I don't really care.
No.
You talk about Jewish things and Jewish people a lot.
I just like saying Jew.
Is there something you just don't want to tell your parents?
No,
it's okay. I think they'll still love you.
There are some words that I just like saying, and Jew is one of them.
I like Shabbat Shalom.
That's good.
I like hearing those phrases.
Pro Tools is on a period today. Just not having it.
I will always treasure the word chutzpah. Yeah, I love that word. It's such a cool word that needs to be used more.
I really hope that if Peterson checks out the podcast. If Peterson checks out the podcast, this isn't the episode he listens to.
God.
Hey, Peterson, if you listen to this, it's better than this.
We're not smarter than this.
I thought it crashed.
Probably.
I thought it crashed again.
I wish it did.
Killed myself. All right. So Marcus Sellers, he's known for 2 predictions. 1, the date of the Direct Mini in January, and 2, Nintendo Labo. 2 things that are so specific, there's no possible way he gets those things, right?
Yeah, he has to know somebody.
I mean, he says industry insider, so he knows someone.
AKA, I leak for fun because it's fun. People like just doing this stuff. There's all kinds.
Some people, there needs to be some of those people in the world. So he tweeted out this on, it crashed again. I heard it. No, it didn't. What was that sound then?
We back.
February 3rd. he tweeted out, COD 2018 is Black Ops 4 and is coming to PS4, Xbox, PC, Switch. It is set in the modern times and is boots on the ground. The Switch version will support DLC, HD Rumble, and motion controls. The Switch version is also being ported by a company which is familiar with COD games. All right. There's a lot of information packed in there.
One, man, it's going to be a big old downgrade on the Switch. It's going to look like crap like the Wii ones did.
Yeah, but doesn't matter because I like zombies.
That's the thing about it. Yeah. They're willing to invest the money to put it on Switch, and more weirdly enough, they're paying money to develop for the dumb add-ons in the Joy-Cons.
Yeah.
That as people aren't, it's not going to be like popular in the future.
Well,
but that's the thing. Like,
before we continue, like, we have to mention this is a rumor. Like, this may not it's
unconfirmed, but
it. You know, he has a pretty good track record.
COD on the Switch has been talked about before because of AAA titles.
Black Ops 2 was on the Wii U.
Well, the question has always been for the Switch because it's only been out for not even a year. Mm-hmm. Is what AAA titles will come out on it, and like some things did come out like NBA, even though that version was terrible. Because of all kinds of issues. Technically, they have been coming out on the Switch, and they do sell.
Isn't FIFA on the Switch now?
FIFA, I think, is on the Switch.
Yeah, so big games like that. So,
but the other ones that are not sports games, we haven't really seen any announcement for. Mm-hmm. Wolfenstein 2 was and Doom were like weird anomalies. They were clearly tests.
Those were definitely tests. Were market to see tests. How the market would react, and the market seems to be doing well. So,
and as while Call of Duty does
enough for Activision to be like,
like Call of Duty has been losing sales for COD every year, and like it's been declining in sales. Well, it's still a lot of sales.
Well, the Call of Duty decline in sales is like the Apple decline in sales.
That's what I mean. Like it's
not as good. It's still the number one, but it's not as number one as it used to be.
It's bleeding sales, but it's still selling quite a lot.
Yeah. But do
you think it'll be a disaster like every other? Like, because there are games that you can clearly tell, like Doom, that they should not exist on the Switch. So they will have weird caveats, like you can only download half the single player, or like weird shit like that.
It's definitely gonna have that stuff. But that stuff, like, I don't really mind. Just understanding the hardware, like,
because you were able to tolerate Doom on the Switch.
I more than tolerate. I really
you like it on the Switch.
I deleted it off my PC recently.
I could not play that game for like more than an hour on the Switch. I just can't stand it.
Yeah, I deleted Doom on my PC because I'm playing it only on my Switch, and it's like, well, I need to put space on my computer, so I'm playing this on my Switch. So why would I have it on both? So it's good. I have a lot of fun with it, and there's a lot of people like me who are like, yeah, it's 30 FPS and below, but the gameplay is good enough. Like, the gameplay is so good. I already talked about it. The gameplay is so good that it makes up for the lack of quality, technical quality.
And leading into, I guess, our next story, since we're going to be shifting topics, the fact that through their annual report that they gave out, that was also the news we're going to be talking about.
Yeah.
They've sold 13 million units already. Yep. Yeah. That's a lot of potential people who could buy Call of Duty.
So the Switch has officially surpassed lifetime Wii U sales, right?
Yeah, I think in Japan is what it was. Something like that. But yeah, the current trend of the Switch, from what I'm looking, because what we're going to talk about is a bunch of announcements that they made during their, like, a big financial thing with investors that were made public. Mm-hmm. They showed, like, they're giving stats for, which is very interesting because it's not that common. It's really infuriating that in the video game industry, it's really hard to get solid numbers for sales on things.
Yeah, it sucks.
It's really frustrating, and there's no real way to get them other than things like this, which is rare. Mm-hmm. But they show that because of them releasing it so early in the year for like every region, that all of them had big boosts in the holidays, especially US. Like the US, it went up like crazy.
Yeah.
And the pace of it during the holidays is making it currently, less when they release these graphs, sell better than the Wii.
Wow. Hopefully deleting one file will somehow make this not crash. Probably not.
It was like a text file.
Yeah, it was a dot.
Worth a 1 kilobyte.
It was a .ini file.
Is it kilobyte or kilobyte?
I don't care.
Is kilobyte a thing?
Maybe.
I think of kilo to think of like measurements for drug usage.
I still don't understand the difference between bytes and bits very well. Like the relationship between like which one of them.
Bits are the things you use to pay people on Twitch to do a funny dance.
Yeah. Bytes are
things you take out of a nice sandwich. I'm glad I helped you.
Cool, thanks. So yeah, the Switch is doing very well. It's surpassing Wii U in terms of speed of sales, or the Wii. I mean,
the Wii
in speed of sales, and so like,
and there's a good chance that it could outsell the Wii in lifetime sales.
And look, Activision is one of those big old companies that people don't like to talk about because
they got to make money.
Yeah, they got to make money, and the Switch is making a boatload of it, and so they're like, hey, maybe we could like get some of that money too, man.
We have a flagship series that is on multi consoles every year.
Because I like Treyarch a lot. They're my favorite developer in the Call of Duty series. If Black Ops 4 is good enough, I can see myself buying it both for my Switch and PC. Like, I could totally see myself doing that.
Gotta support those AAA games.
Yeah, I gotta support those AAA games. It's not even for support reasons. It's just
for yourself. But it's like, it's funny. Just like, I bet you someone's like, I gotta do it.
Yeah,
it's
right.
like, no,
I gotta support Treyarch.
It's Call of Duty.
Yeah, they're fine. I mean, as much as I'd love to support Jason Blundell, he's now the like studio head of Treyarch.
Tell him to open a Patreon or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
a GoFundMe to free me from Activision contracts.
Oh God, please, someone get him out of there.
It'll have to be you. You have to break in.
I gotta get inside of the Activision and be like, hey, get out. So yeah, the Switch might be getting Call of Duty, which is would
make sense with their other thing that they talked about.
Yeah,
the official thing in Nintendo.
An official Nintendo thing, which is that makes me kind of worried.
I'm actually kind of upset about it because, man, I want some answers. They announced that their online service, their premium one that you will have to start paying for, because for now everyone has it, but they're not paying for it.
Yeah.
Will be starting in September 2018.
Yep.
It is being moved all the way till essentially Q3 of the year. It's a long time. On one hand, I'm glad I don't have to pay for online for my Switch for a little bit longer.
But it's like $1 a week or something. It's so little money. I don't.
But at the same time, it's like, are they reworking the entire thing?
Yeah,
reworking pricing, reworking off like what's being offered in it. Are they going to just finally let you use Bluetooth officially headsets on your Switch?
What happened to delay it so much?
Yeah, because I get it. Like online services are hard, complicated, and expensive as hell to make.
Yeah, and
servers are very expensive for things like this that are supporting systems, especially a system that's sold this many units.
I mean, what might be happening is that they didn't expect to be getting this much of a surge
over
the holidays,
too,
and so they're like, "Oh crap, we can't release it so soon. We have to like bump up our stuff. Might as well do it at the end."
Like
the
rest of people who would buy it would be too much for the service to handle.
I have a feeling they probably would be able to be ready around summer, but they probably want to just wait till like September when all of the big games are about to come out,
and they want to put their Nintendo polish on it.
Yeah, and so
whatever that might be,
whatever that means. Yeah,
maybe this has been delayed till September, so that it's also will be coming out with like the eShop revamp.
Yeah.
Or like, I don't know,
Netflix. I don't know, just stuff.
I'm still not even like Amazon Video on Netflix. Come on, at least get Verve on there. I have Verve.
I have Hulu, so I'm
yeah. I don't.
Okay,
the only thing I don't have is Hulu, and I don't even use my Switch for anything really that isn't game.
If we just get a web browser that can play,
they can't do that because people already broke into the Switch and are doing things to it they don't like.
Never mind. Yeah, like hacks. Those dirty hacks.
Yeah, because there was someone who put up a conference talking about it, and then Nintendo made them take the video down.
Yeah.
Because of obvious security reasons.
Yeah.
So I doubt they'd put a browser on there anytime soon.
People just want to watch their adult films on the Nintendo binge.
Whatever. Some guy who they are going to do that. They're just gonna PSP it at this point.
What?
Like someone will find out how to break into the oldest version, and you can just go hog wild with that stuff.
And then Nintendo will be like, "Crap, we have to make the Nintendo Switch 2000, like the PSP 2000."
Yeah, and it doesn't work.
Like, and then that gets hacked.
The PSP.
So they have to make a 3000, and that gets hacked. And they're like,
"Did the PSP Go ever get hacked?"
Yeah, PSP. The PSP Go runs on the same hardware as the 2000. It's
okay, I never knew because I never knew a soul who owned a PSP Go.
Ramiro.
Really?
I remember he used to come to school all the time playing Persona 3.
Fucking PSP Go.
Yeah, he used to play Persona 3 all the time.
That ghetto cell phone design.
Yeah, and I remember. Okay, I break on the podcast because do you remember when the PSP Go came out at the same time? Verizon had this exclusive phone. It was one of the first Sony Xperia phones, the Sony Xperia Play, I think what it was called, and it had the PSP Go layout when you slid it open, and you could play.
I remember that was a big deal.
Games.
Yeah,
and
nobody cared.
Nobody cared. I cared as an enthusiast of cellular devices, but I never owned one. But my friend got one, and I was like super jelly. He had a.
You were looking peanut butter and jealous.
Yeah, he had Call of Duty Zombies on it, and I was like, whoa. That's cool, man. I want to do that. All right, let's talk about other things.
Yeah, they released some other stuff, but I'm gonna kind of go down some of the more simple ones. They talked about their 3 big games for the Switch. Well, and a couple other their big releases.
Klonoa 5.
Klonoa 5. 3 of their titles, being Breath of the Wild, Mario Kart 8, and Mario Odyssey. But all 3 of those sold over 6 million units.
Yeah,
which is crazy.
So much.
Yeah, Breath of the Wild, they have like slideshow images that they posted. They talk about how it sold to 6 million units, how it won a lot of game awards, which looks good for the company.
Yeah. It got my game of the year.
Talking about how just Mario Kart 8 sold 6.5 million, which is crazy that port sold so many copies. Because it is just a port.
Yeah.
But then it's just a good game, so it sold like fucking crazy. And then, but by far, their best-selling game is Mario Odyssey.
Really?
With a sell-through rate of 7.5 million units.
Wow. All right.
It is the top-selling Nintendo Switch title, enjoying explosive sales since it came out in October. So it is by far the best-selling Switch game, by 7.5 million.
That's insane.
Yeah. It's a lot of copies being sold. Remember, it was like number one on Amazon for just game sales.
Oh my god, I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah. The interesting one that
like
I really
way
want to talk
before the
about,
game was even out.
Yeah. I want to talk about was Splatoon 2.
Yeah. Your favorite game ever.
Best game on the Switch for me.
Yeah.
Which has a sell-through rate of 4.5 million units. This is the one that made me a little bit sad, but also made me happy that more people are playing Splatoon 2. It surpassed the sell-through units of the Wii U version of Splatoon 1 on the Wii U. And I was like, oh, damn. Wow. Didn't sell that much, huh?
That's good.
But the one interesting thing is that Splatoon 2 single on its own was a driving of system sales in Japan.
Yeah.
Which they conclude with the attach rate. 60% of consoles purchased in Japan that are the Switch have Splatoon 2.
60%?
60%.
That's crazy.
That is a system seller in Japan.
Yeah, that's what
high
that means.
attach rate.
Wow.
Of all the games Splatoon 2, of all the ones to do it, I did not think a sequel to that game that would be it.
No, I did not expect it at all. It's a good game. I get it. I get people like it.
Yeah, but 60% of all Switches estimated sold in Japan have Splatoon 2.
Yeah, that's another example of crazy, which I said so many times in this episode today.
It makes me happy because it really does show that Nintendo letting a bunch of young people do their weird idea and giving them the support did pay off.
Yeah. Because
that game is full of ideas from people that I never thought would get like money and budget time from a company like Nintendo. Because you can go watch, even if you go look at the there's a really cool video that they posted. It's translated now. It is just like a 3-minute kind of like a highlight reel of them performing the songs for Splatoon 2 in the studio. And if you look at how the way that the people dress and what music they're playing, it is very untraditional Nintendo. It is very now. Like the one I always talk about is that there's just this one bit of them playing like this weird piano and trumpet bit, and they go to the person playing the piano and she's like wearing like a punk outfit. Or they're just showing like how they're playing that weird Scottish punk song.
Okay.
Like there's just so many interesting people and performers and artists all over this project that it succeeded makes me happy and also makes me cross my fingers that they will give more people projects like this in the future.
I hope so.
Because I can't quite tell if Nintendo Labo is made by a lot of young people.
I have no idea.
Because we didn't really know a lot about the people who made it.
I watched some because they had like a little press conference.
Yeah, at NYU, the NY store, they had like a demo for journalists to come. You can go watch people use it. Actually, there's footage of it out.
It's interesting. The piano still blows my mind.
Yeah,
that's all.
Holy shit, that piano!
It's done with one.
Seeing it done like live blew me away.
The way that works is this one sensor on the right Joy-Con is able to sense all those keys and when they're being pressed.
And it's not so it makes the Joy-Cons being so expensive a little less terrible.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Hey, maybe more things like the Labo can come out where you can use all those features that they have in them instead of trying to figure out how many balls are in your Joy-Con
or trying to
milk a cow virtually
or fake eat a
sandwich or be a gorilla.
Yeah, maybe pretend to be a robot. It was way cooler.
That's
Obviously.
what I'd pay. Thinking about it.
I just want the piano.
That piano's really cool.
Well, here's what I learned about it too. That like it has like multiple sounds and stuff. I want to make a song, like a real good song with it.
You see, I'm glad when you saw that. Now you kind of get why I was excited for. Like, I want to see what people who are creative can do with this stuff.
Yeah.
Because the piano alone is like there's already insane things you could do with it.
Yeah. I'm excited to see the Rob Scallon music video.
I legit want to see somebody make a music video using only Nintendo Labo stuff.
Yeah.
It's possible.
It's totally possible. So that's that. What? Anything else Switch related? Because there's so much Switch stuff that happened this week.
Well, it's more Nintendo stuff that they're talking about,
or Nintendo related stuff. I mean,
they announced of all the weird things to announce for a mobile game. They announced Mario Kart Tour for smartphones.
Yeah.
To launch by fiscal year ending in March 2019.
Yeah, which is a long ways away.
Like Mario Kart
for a mobile game, but
mobile does make sense.
Yeah, it makes so much sense.
But
yeah,
how are they gonna? Are you gonna pay for it, or is it gonna be like?
It's probably gonna be the exact same thing for Super Mario Run. Like it's gonna be free for like one thing. Maybe you can. I don't know.
Like it's gonna have it has to have online play, right?
I assume
it has to.
Like here's what I would expect. It's like you can play like the first 2 cups for free, but you can't play online. And if you want to pay for everything else, it's just like $10 and you get everything.
You don't think they'll Animal Crossing it where they'll gut it for mobile to make it work for mobile, like features and stuff?
Maybe. Well, so here's what it depends. Is there going to be an original Mario Kart IP on the Switch?
It's called something different, so I don't know if it's going to be like a whole new game or not.
No, I'm saying on the Switch. Is there going to be a original Mario Kart game, like a Mario Kart 9?
There's none that look to be in development because Mario Kart 8 was just a port, but they could be. Who knows?
So if there isn't, then I totally understand them doing this. Yeah. But if there is, then it is kind of weird for them to release a Mario Kart.
Because it does remind me of what they talked about when they first making their apps, which is we are making our apps to be essentially kind of like mini bite-sized versions of our games so that you want to go buy the real ones later. That was the idea behind these mobile apps.
Yeah.
And if you play them and look at them, boy, they feel that way.
Yeah, Super Mario Run is really fun.
Like Fire Emblem Awakening... Well, not Awakening, the mobile one.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I kind of miss real Fire Emblem. And then I was like, wait, no, I don't. Because I don't like what Fire Emblem is now. Okay. But I was like, that's what it really boiled down to. It was like a bite-sized, smaller version of what Fire Emblem is. Mm-hmm. Same with the Animal Crossing one. Mario Run is like actually kind of like its own.
We got so far and tried so hard.
But in the end, I will never play Mario Run.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know what they're going to be doing with their mobile development of Vijimo games. I hope it doesn't take away from Switch games. I doubt it. Nintendo's pretty big. I feel like they can handle both at this point. But
yeah, they have. I don't even think they made.
Especially because they've been they're releasing so many ports this year. I have a feeling that they're focusing, which means that they're probably focusing on like actual games. They're letting like side teams make these ports while like they focus on the new, because they spent all their time in the last whatever years making, Breath of the Wild, Super Mario Odyssey, Metroid Prime 4, which is still not out yet. All these big first party games that everyone's been waiting for, like real big AAA, those types of games.
Yeah.
And so now that those are most of them are out, like Super Mario Odyssey,
out sold gangbusters, Breath of the Wild out sold gangbusters, both did well critically.
Splatoon 2 even, like,
yeah, which is small. It's a smaller project, but still, it was pretty big for them.
Yeah,
like as a release,
big enough, I guess. And so, ARMS, which I don't know how long ARMS took.
It did okay, but
there's just a lot of original games that are coming out, and so this year, I think the reason why we're seeing so many ports,
it's catch up time.
It's catch up time, and so I think that this mobile thing. See, but for it to be released in 2019...
Yeah, so like by the end of fiscal... 19.
Is weird.
Yeah.
Because I would expect it to come out this year, because then that would make sense with my theory.
Well, because also...
For it to come out next year means that they have a long time still to make these games.
Because that means they would be releasing no new mobile app in 2018.
Probably.
Because there's nothing really planned to come out this year. Like, they're still updating the Fire Emblem and Animal Crossing one. I think Mario Run gets updates. I'm
sure they'll... yeah, you're right. They haven't announced anything.
But nothing new, because Animal Crossing was the new one last year.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Fire Emblem came out last year, but like I think it was the beginning or the end of like...
How's the Animal Crossing doing?
It's still getting updates. Okay. It's getting...
I'm saying like player base. Are people playing it?
I can't quite... It's kind of hard to tell on mobile. Okay. I can't quite tell, but it still has people playing.
Okay, cool.
It's still doing well.
Okay.
It made good money first week, like all of these mobile ones did.
Yeah.
Pokemon Go still exists, even though that's not first party Nintendo.
It's Niantic, so
yeah. They own the Pokemon company.
Yeah.
Who is making money off? There's still the Pokemon Go still going, but nothing announced coming out for this year on that docket, which means either there is nothing coming out in 2018 for their apps, or they're waiting to release an app and they're going to show it off in a direct this year.
Yeah, or E3 if they're even gonna.
Which would be a weird place to do it, but why not? They're Nintendo. Yeah. They don't care. They showed off 2 Metroid games at one direct.
Yeah.
But in a way that was like really strange, where it was during a demo part of the E3 show. It was weird.
See, now understanding the way Nintendo works a little bit better. I can see them doing another mini, maybe in like
March.
Something like a little bit before E3. Okay, yeah, I can see Nintendo doing another direct mini. Before E3, and then once E3 rolls around, like take over the show.
Yeah,
like
because what they always do at E3 for the past, I think 3 or 4 years, is that they have their direct they show on a broadcast like any other stream for their whatever the other shows would be,
and that's all people care about.
No, and then what they're actually at E3 for is they have the Treehouse there, which is just demoing the games and doing interviews with people for their whole stream. It's like, do you want to learn about this game and see it being played? It's here.
Yeah.
And you get to see people ask questions about it. You get more meat out of it.
And that would make more, like, do another mini, like, talk about more ports, whatever,
Yeah, in the lead up to it, and then show off more new games.
Talk about, I don't know, when the new Mega Man collection is going to be released on Switch. Just stuff.
Yeah.
Just fluff to burn out the year or whatever, and then
I'm waiting for another Nindies Direct.
Yes, that'll happen soon.
Like showing off like new.
But I can totally
stuff.
see them saying like, here, Metroid Prime 4.
Here's something of what it is, because all they said for last year was just it's in development.
Yeah. There's probably not going to be a gameplay like a playable thing. It'll probably just be like, here's like
a teaser, or
20
something.
seconds of like a cutscene, and then like 5
here's
seconds
us talking with the producer of Metroid Prime 4. What does it like? And then like nothing.
And
maybe
then like you can see gameplay in a monitor that's like blurred out in the back corner, and so people are
like what they did for Star Fox.
Yeah, it's that probably.
See, you're making me sad because I just remembered Star Fox and how terrible that game is.
Sorry,
that game's so bad.
You think we'll ever get an F-Zero?
Okay, I was about to say that because what other big titles do people keep asking for that they've announced being worked on right now?
That they've announced?
Yeah, it's like nothing really. Like they said, we're making another Zelda, obviously.
Yeah, but that one we won't see anything for 2 years.
About eight. We won't see it come out for about 6 to 8 years.
Yeah. We won't.
Don't think about a mainline Zelda.
Yeah,
Mario, we might get like a spinoff game like announced,
or we might. I can see them doing an Odyssey 2.
No, but like not this, like not even announced this year. That'd be insane.
No. Oh, I see what you mean. Like
because Mario has. Remember, people forget Mario has a lot of games that are not Mario platformers.
I can see them putting Mario Maker.
Can they announce? That would actually. I don't know why they haven't announced like Mario Maker on the Switch yet.
I have a feeling I think they're waiting for the second.
Mario Maker sold very well on the Switch.
Yeah, I think they're waiting for the second like Direct Mini, if that's going to be a thing.
Yeah, they had better announce Mario Maker on the Switch, but like it's such a dumb idea not to, because it did so well.
All right, and then the last thing to talk about before we move on to the Super Bowel is there's a little IP called Crash Bandicoot that may.
Oh yeah, we're looking at this rumor today.
May be coming out on the Switch, guys.
Yeah, it's from. I actually have. Yeah, I found out from a Distracted article. Where is it? Well, the initial rumor is that ages ago, the toy company let up slip that. Actually, yeah, they're talking about how the toy company a couple years ago slipped that they're bringing Crash back for the remakes, which came out last year, the Insane Trilogy. And then that's what, they announced it, and then it came out on the PS4. But something similar might have happened, where another source claims that Activision now has a 5-year plan for the Crash Bandicoot series with another game coming in 2019. And it comes from the Licensing Source Book, which is a European publication that covers the entire licensing industry. The passage that they use as a source is looking ahead to 2018, Maxx picks out Crash Bandicoot as one to watch. The new game has had a huge success at retail with no marketing spend. Next, it will be going broader in quotations, parentheses, Switch and PC. And there will be another game in 2019. Activision have a 5-year plan for this, and GBI is delighted to be fully on board for all products.
Yeah. So
brand new game.
It's brand new game, and the Insane Trilogy coming to the Switch, which makes me happy. But could that
brand new game be another collection of remakes?
No,
because Activision made a lot of Crash games that were not under Naughty Dog. Lots of them.
Yeah, that aren't good.
Some of them are fine. Twinsanity is the only one that I think still totally holds up.
It's fine.
The racing games that they made, one of them is okay. The one on the PS2 was okay. The first one.
I love the debate between Mario Kart versus Crash Team Racing. My favorite debate.
Crash CTR is better than Mario 64. Yeah. That's just a fact of life. It controls better and has a more interesting boost system and items that feel less like bullshit.
Yeah.
The courses look more barren, but fight me, whatever.
Yeah, it plays better.
Whatever. Diddy Kong Racing's a better game than fucking Mario Kart 64. What do you want from me? You gotta fly in that game.
Jack X is a better racing game than Mario Kart.
I actually like Jack X a whole bunch.
I don't like Jack X at all.
Jack X a whole bunch. I don't know if I like it anymore, but I liked it a whole bunch.
I remember when the game came out.
Dude,
I was like, I just want
if you had Ratchet and Clank on your profile, you could play as him in his cart from Deadlocked. It was dope.
I never played Ratchet and Clank until like a year ago.
But it was so cool. Like, I can be Ratchet and I can kill Jack several times and get that gold medal. What I really wanted to hear instead of a leak about more Crash stuff is, sorry for Skylanders, everybody. We're sorry that we ruined Spyro with Skylanders. We're bringing them back.
Dude, I'd rather get a Spyro game than a Crash game.
Yeah.
Which
maybe because Spyro has been way more dead to me for way longer.
Yeah, well, it has been. There have been more Crash games than Spyro games.
But more of the Crash games have been playable and not complete dog shit.
Yeah. True.
Like Mind Over Mutant was like, and the other one where you like, it was like a weird God of War beat 'em up where you took over monsters.
Yeah.
Those were neat for what they were.
Not real
Crash games that I wanted, but they were like unique ideas at the very least. They were something new.
Yeah.
And then remember that time that Spyro had a serious storyline and Elijah. No. Who's this? What was the goddamn guy from Joe Dirt?
This is like 1, 2, 3, 4,
Kevin
5,
Spade.
6,
That's his name,
7,
Kevin
8,
Spade.
9 crashes.
Remember that time Kevin Spade was Sparks?
No.
That happened.
What game is this?
I'm sure that happened. It was like, I think in one of those like games where they were trying to tell like a serious story, but they had like a female dragon.
I know that A Hero's Tale.
Hero's Tale was not that.
No, but I
Hero's
remember
Tale
that,
was really charming.
Yeah. But Hero's Tale had like more serious than like Enter the Dragonfly.
What was Enter the Dragonfly was just a broken mess of a game.
Was it?
Yeah.
I remember playing that game a lot when I was a kid and loved it so much. So
Technically, it was a mess.
Okay. I only remember nostalgia. I don't remember if it's bad or not. I played that game so much.
Hero's Tale is a pretty flawed game, but it has a lot of like effort and heart put into it.
I remember playing Enter the Dragonfly more than Hero's Tale. I don't know why.
I remember playing it and then I fell to the floor and I was like, I don't play this game anymore.
Fair. So yeah, Crash Insane Trilogy coming to the Switch and PC, and that's cool. At this point, I feel like it'd be better to just restart the computer, but we've crashed like 10 times, so let's just keep going.
In for the long haul, baby.
We're in for that. Yeah, so let's talk about the Super Bowl and end this podcast before it explodes. Super Bowl happened, and people care for some reason.
Yeah, I was there. Not at the Super Bowl, but at a family thing.
And the thing that everyone cares most about, the number one talked about thing that happened at the Super Bowl is the Infinity War trailer.
Oh.
You know what's funny? The Infinity War trailer, I think, is the least talked about thing.
Because there's nothing really going on. It's like 2 new scenes they added.
Yeah.
Where you get to see Thumb Boy looking less like a thumb.
Yeah.
Looking at the camera.
Spider-Man probably gets his Iron Spider at the like very early.
He's getting Iron Spider.
But no, but he does get it. He wears it, but he gets it early in the film, looks like. So.
Yeah, he has to, or else he would just die instantly.
He would just die instantly, yeah. So I like Captain America with a beard. More shots of that's cool.
I like Thor with an eye patch.
I'm excited to see what he forges. It's probably going to be, I don't know what, is it going to be the hammer? Is it going to be, I don't know.
Sickle.
He's going to, fight the
Marxists.
Is this going to fight for the proletariat or whatever? So yeah, no one cares about Infinity War because it's Marvel and
it's going to come out at worst. It'll be passable.
It's going to come out. Everyone's going to watch it. It's going to be a 6 at most. And yeah.
At most, damn. Low expectations coming from you.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's weird hearing that from you. That's my line.
I don't think there's much left for them to do at this point.
This current set of Marvel stuff.
I think Black Panther will probably be great, but and the Spider-Man movies I will love no matter how bad they are.
Because they're Spider-Man.
Yeah, they might be bad.
I will hate Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2 all day, every day.
I hate the second one. I don't hate the first one.
First one is like...
First one is watchable.
It's fine.
Yeah, the first one's fine.
If I don't think about it at all, it's fine.
It's a good Spider-Man, horrible Peter Parker. He's not a skater, but whatever.
Skater boy?
He's not a skater boy.
He did say, see you later, boy.
He did say... All right, let's talk about... Did it crash? No, I keep hearing clicks and pops. We'll talk about the Cloverfield thing.
That's your old bones.
Oh, okay. We'll talk about the Cloverfield thing, but I want to talk about the Han Solo trailer.
Yeah, man, this looks not like a Star Wars movie with the tone they're doing in this trailer.
Which is not a bad thing.
It's not, but also it's more generic than I had hoped for.
Yeah,
in terms of how they made this trailer.
You know what? Okay, so
like, it's not, for one, it's not a lot of meat to talk about because it's just like a very short
here's what it
trailer.
Felt like. Here's what it felt. It felt like an Indiana Jones movie.
Yeah, and I don't know about that.
I don't mind that. For if you're gonna make a Han Solo movie, it should feel like an Indiana Jones movie. I'm sorry. But
with Gubaka.
with Gubako and Bando Calvizian.
We're funny.
Also, by the way, I know everyone's freaking out about how amazing Donald Glover looks as young.
No, he's looked like that before in his really good TV show.
But
like a fucking pimp.
He looks great.
He looks great in general. That's not fair. That doesn't make the trailer cooler. Just because he's there.
Maybe. I don't know. You know what's funny?
Donald Glover was in Spider-Man, and I liked him being in there, but he was like barely a thing in that movie.
I feel like he was on too many drugs in that scene for some reason, and it was very confusing.
Maybe he just got off Atlanta, and he's like, man, I hung with too many rappers.
No,
I hung with Migos too much.
I was not excited for the Solo movie, and hearing all of the insane director changes and casting changes.
This movie was canceled at one point.
This movie should not exist.
Like, it was like problems, then canceled, then brought back to life.
This is an aborted fetus that like somehow survived.
It's crawling on the floor, breathing in and out heavily.
Yeah, and
like Lewis does before the podcast starts.
And while the podcast is going.
Yeah.
And who knows? Maybe this fetus is going to be like good. I don't know. You know what? This fetus trailer made me. I'm gonna stop.
With Hangui and Shu Holo.
The trailer actually kind of made me hyped. I'll be honest. I was not excited at all. Like, I was at 0 expectations. No, I was in less than 0. I was expecting this to be like the worst thing ever, but this trailer,
at most,
it put me in a positive direction.
At most, cool. I'll watch it so I can watch the Red Letter Media review on it.
Yeah,
that's like I'm so disinterested in this movie.
Yeah, that was me. If
like the trailer was like
before the trailer,
the trailer is a little better than I thought it would be, but it's like nothing special. And this is a story that I don't care about.
I like Woody Harrelson.
That story was told in books I read as a baby boy.
Yeah, well, see that's the thing.
So I don't care.
I care
anymore.
because it looks like they're gonna bring some of it into the film, like him being an orphan boy, and
I like good stories, not Star Wars. That's my thing.
All right, whatever.
That's where I stop with this. Like it's like I like an interesting story. It doesn't matter if it's Star Wars or not.
Okay, I agree until.
Can we make a spin-off movie about that fucking Arabic stereotype in the prequels with the big old nose? Who sells them the parts in episode 1?
Oh, the Jew?
Yeah. That really racist guy for no reason.
Like
he talks like that and he has a fucking gold chain.
Yeah. I don't.
What is up with the racist aliens in Star Wars, by the way?
It's just George Lucas is kind of racist, probably.
Like, there's fucking aliens with like the neck rings from Africa. What is going on?
The Chinese Trade Federation
with the fucked up eyes. Yeah.
The only like.
What is that dude's name though? You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, Sebulba.
Yeah, Sebulba.
Sebulba was the bad guy, right? Sebulba was the bad guy, right?
He was the one who had his mom or whatever,
Google.
Right?
Who was the
Jewish guy in episode 1?
In episode 1 Star Wars. Let's see. I bet I will find
I hope we don't get like linked to a bad site.
Just child porn.
With people with the bad opinions.
Yeah. Alt-right.com. I actually somewhat recently subscribed to the alt-right YouTube channel because I like seeing they're fun. Watto! Dude, the first!
Yeah, Watto, baby.
No! The first. Okay,
yeah, it's not even nothing else. It's just straight up Watto on the Wikipedia, right?
Wikipedia, not even Wikipedia.
Wow, holy.
Literally,
does the Wikipedia article mention that he's a Jewish stereotype? And that's fucked up.
Well, here's the thing. Here's what I googled, and this isn't a joke. I googled who was the Jew in episode 1 Star Wars. I didn't even put Star Wars episode 1. Yeah. I put episode 1 Star Wars, and the first link is Watto.
Can you control F like Jew or Jewish in the Wikipedia article to see if it pops up
right now? Jew.
Because yeah.
Here we go. Allegations of anti-Semitism. Yeah, it has been suggested that this character is offensive because he resembles a stereotypical Jew. We have a long nose, beady eyes, speaks in gravelly voice, and is portrayed as greedy and covetous. So, yeah.
Can we get the offensive stereotype as own movie?
I think Google needs to work on their algorithms better. Or maybe it's perfect.
No, that's the algorithm working in our favor.
Elo Talk, why do you still have us on your network or on your website?
Because they love Watto.
They love you.
And we didn't talk about him until now, and now they're going to kick us off.
Dang. All right. Let's talk about...
You give me the boy! And I fucking hate that character. Even as a kid, I'm like, I hate this character.
Cloverfield.
Yeah. As I was watching the Super Bowl with my family, I was looking out for that thing that we talked about last week. And they showed another thing that he's working on. I was like, oh, I guess that thing was not correct. Whatever. And then they showed like the 20-second trailer. Yeah. It's like, oh, it's in space. Oh, this is it. Oh, J.J. Abrams. Oh, no, this is it.
Available after the game.
And then I texted Lewis and he lost his fucking mind.
Yeah.
And I was like, Lewis, get ready in like an hour. It's going to be out.
I almost had a panic attack. Not even jokes. I was so free. I was freaking out so hard. I enjoy Cloverfield very much. And to have... We just talked about this last week. Like, just talked about.
See, this is why watching E3 is fun sometimes.
Yeah, I get it.
Because you get this stuff happening.
Yeah. All right. I'll watch it this year. I will. I promise.
Do not force yourself because it is a lot of hours of sitting and watching people in suits.
Let you go.
Is that the song in Cloverfield?
No, it's the Ben song.
What does that have to do with space?
Let's see. I can make it in about space, but I'm not gonna because it would take too much brain power.
You're too busy trying not to poop.
So yeah, the new Cloverfield movie, it's called The Cloverfield Paradox, which...
We talked about is not a Cloverfield movie at first.
Yeah.
It was morphed into it.
It was called The God Particle. It had a script and everything. Like, same thing I said last week. Is what J.J. Abrams does. He finds movies that he knows will not do well, and he's like, I'm going to make it do well.
I've heard it like described, not like review-wise, but that this movie would have failed because it's like a B-grade sci-fi movie.
Yeah.
Where it's something kind of like an Arrival. Mm-hmm. Where it would have made a ton of money, and it probably would have failed because no one famous was attached to it.
It was as good at... Yeah, you're right. It was as good as what's the Alien movie that came out last year that felt too much like Alien?
Gay?
It came out early last year.
That just came and went.
Yeah, I liked that movie kind of like another movie that was just like whatever.
It was about like a creature that was like if they let it, they had to like decide if they wanted to kill the space, like the
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
And then the twist is that spoiler. The twist is at the end where you think it's gonna land on. You think that everything's fine, but the ships switch and the alien does land on the planet instead. It was an interesting twist the way they filmed it, but no, this was originally the God Particle, and it would have been like a B movie or whatever. But yeah, it ended up being. J.J. Abrams was like, no, I want this. And it makes sense for the Cloverfield verse. All right, so I understand.
Now that we talked about that, question 1.
Yeah, let's do this.
Because you're obviously not going to talk about a lot of it because it just came out as we're talking about it.
Yeah. No spoilers because it just came out.
Question 1. How watchable this movie for somebody who was at the Super Bowl, was watching that, saw the ad, didn't know what Cloverfield was, but knows who J.J. Abrams is and just goes watch on Netflix because they're bored. How watchable is it for those people? Question 1. Someone who doesn't know anything about Cloverfield.
God.
As a standalone sci-fi movie that exists on Netflix and they're going to watch it because it's free.
They can watch it, they'll understand it, but they'll be missing so much. They'll ask a lot of
will they be
questions.
missing little bits that are fun or actual plot that will make it not make sense?
Actual plot, but the movie will still make sense.
Okay.
Like the movie is still enjoyable without it, but it's like you said, it's fine if you take out the Cloverfield stuff.
Okay.
If you take out the Cloverfield connections. Because, I mean, this isn't a spoiler because this is how it's advertised in the trailer. That it's advertised like, you saw Cloverfield, here's what happened, here's why it happened.
Yeah.
That's what they say. And so in the movie, you see the Cloverfield event from a different perspective.
Yeah.
And you understand why that's happening.
Because from what I've seen of like not spoiler stuff, is that it's about explaining more of the first movie.
Well, see, this is where it's gonna be fun. This is why I like Cloverfield, is because the conversation about the movies. That's actually not correct. It's not technically. If watching this movie, try to understand the name of the movie, Cloverfield Paradox, and understand that it's Cloverfield. And nothing's as it seems. There's another Cloverfield movie that's supposed to come out this year, but who knows?
What genre is it going to be?
I don't know. It's supposed to be in the 1940s.
Like a film noir?
It's supposed to be in the 1940s.
God.
And
I was joking.
And it's supposed to, I think it's this working title is called Overlord.
If they shoot it in black and white and make it like an old 1940s film, I'm going to shit.
Yeah, me too.
Because because who gives a fuck?
That'd be awesome. You know that would be awesome.
It's what I want.
Yeah. I don't know how that would work, especially as a sequel to this.
Because I like old movies and I want them to do like, you know what I actually want from the Cloverfield series to get me back in?
What?
I want like a legitimate B movie.
Oh, it's a bad movie?
Like a bad
60s
like
sci-fi
bad production
movie?
And stuff. Like attack, like those kinds of stuff.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Like a half-hour thing that they make.
I can totally see JJ doing that. Just like, let's just make a.
Because I really have a soft spot. I don't know if it's been talked about, but I probably have. I love shitty old movies.
Yeah. 60s sci-fi movie. I mean,
whether intentionally bad or just incompetent, I like watching bad movies.
50s and 60s sci-fi movies are the best.
From a different time.
Yeah.
Like The Thing That Came From Outer Space is a great movie.
Yeah, it's great.
It's cheaply made, but it's an actual good movie.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I don't know. Okay, yeah, it's hard to talk about without spoiling anything, but it's Cloverfield. It's complicated. It's not what you think.
Okay, is the movie complicated, or what it implies? Okay, no.
Yeah.
Is the movie itself complicated in terms of plot?
No, it's very easy to understand.
Or is it complicated in terms of if you've seen the others, it can add more to the story? Is that what it's really the meat is?
It's a complicated Cloverfield edition.
Part of the puzzle.
Yes,
that's what it is.
Yes, it fills in a big question. And this is why the fans are split right now. Is because it answers a question that everyone's been asking, but one doesn't answer another one, and then leaves a bunch more.
Okay, well then, what's the question? Is it just what I think it is, where it's just what is the monster from Cloverfield? Is that the question that people are asking? That fans are asking. Excuse me, the fans.
Okay, I'll answer this, but if you consider this a spoiler, just stop listening. It's because we're almost done. We're gonna stop after this, so. But I'll get into minor spoilers from here on.
Yeah, be as vague as you can.
But vague minor spoilers. The question that is answered is how the Cloverfield monster got there, and how in both the first and second Cloverfield movies.
Yeah, that's when I saw articles talking about it. They said that it was they were wondering that stuff.
It explains how they got there and why they got there, but it doesn't explain where they come from or why any of this is happening anyways. Like, there's a lot of questions. There's theories.
Like it gives you a half answer.
Yeah, and so I understand why people are upset. It's like, I wanted this to be the thing, but it's like, they're making more Cloverfield movies. Calm down. You're going to get stuff answered. This is how the series works. You get some answers, you get some questions. That's what this series is.
Well, as a movie...
There you go.
Not as like a Cloverfield fan or whatever.
Mhm.
How did you like it just as a movie?
It was fine. To take away the Cloverfield hype,
Mhm.
probably like a 6 or 7 out of 10.
Like you'd watch it and you'd kind of forget about it.
Yeah, I'd probably never watch this movie again if it wasn't a Cloverfield movie.
That's a bit of a shame.
Yeah, it's like a 6 or 7 out of. It's fine. Because
I know people can still go back to the other ones and still watch them like movies.
Yes,
and
yes.
still...
Well, 10 Cloverfield Lane is a great movie.
Yeah.
It's like 10 Cloverfield Lane. You can watch a movie, never seeing another Cloverfield, never even hearing about Cloverfield, and stop before the.
Well, like you described to me without like telling me everything about it, it's really not about Cloverfield until like the end of it.
Yeah, literally the
on.
last 20 minutes of the movie.
Yeah.
Like,
but the rest of it is just like an interesting thriller, which.
And it's cool because some of that stuff gets explained in this movie, like why.
Oh, really? They explain.
Well, it explains in.
Okay. They explain the weird parts of Cloverfield.
It's a weird workaround though because you have to stop and think about it afterwards and understand like, okay, what just happened?
Does John Goodman show up in this movie?
I wish Jonathan Goodboy showed up in this movie. Jonathan Goodman.
Yeah, he's a good man. I hope he is. Let's say that now.
Well, okay, so. There's a podcast called Dynamic Banter, and that you can stop listening when I start talking about other podcasts.
You're plugging other people that you don't know.
Yeah. So Dynamic Banter, they
have a singing bowl.
They have a singing bowl. No, they have a side little section of their podcast called Cloverfields, where they talk about Cloverfield, and they did a thing they call commentariums, where they watch the movie live with you, like you. Everyone presses play at the same time.
Like it's a commentary.
Commentary, but the commentarium part of it is they bring in one of their friends to voice either a character in the like an actor.
Oh,
in the movie,
to dub them over,
or not dub them over, but like be like an interview while like like a DVD commentary where you have like the director or you have an actor.
Yeah.
It's that, but they have one of their friends playing one of the actors.
That's that's too many levels.
So for 10
to understand,
like for 10 Cloverfield Lane, they did it where they had one of their friends playing John Goodman.
Oh wait, does he imitate John Goodman at all, or does he not even try?
No, he's in character the entire time.
Okay, that's pretty good.
But in the dumbest way possible, and it's so funny.
Okay.
The first one I don't remember. Oh, it was the director of the first movie. I can't remember.
Can Steve make them talk about movies on their new channel? Can they make a bit about just movies?
He has on
because I know he has his own stuff, but I want like all of them to talk about movies with Steve heading it.
Yeah, no,
because of his weird ideas of like what you told me right now of just interviewing somebody as in character as an actor from a movie.
Yeah, like I suggest them doing for this movie the comment because they're going to do another commentarium.
They have to. It's like it just came out.
I suggest having one of their friends portray J.J. Abrams. That would be great.
It's
that
really
would be
easy.
hilarious.
It's actually easy to like imitate him too. Yeah, it's really easy.
That would be so great. They did one when they watched the movie Big, featuring Tom Hanks.
Oh my God, the movie Big. And why?
And they had Lee Newton play. Bad Time to Crash.
God, Big.
Yeah, no, they had Lee Newton play Penny Marshall as the director of Big.
You're the second person who's talking about that movie in the past week.
It's only weird.
Yeah.
What's going on?
I don't know why with fucking Big.
You mean the movie Tom Hanks is Big?
Big. Excuse me. The full title.
Tom Hanks gets big in Big.
That's
still my favorite bit of all time.
Tom Hanks is Big.
There's like one of the Dynamic Banter episodes where Steve and Mike for like 20 minutes do that joke, just talk about like make up titles and subtitles for the movie Big. Like you can find it on YouTube. It's so just type in Dynamic Banter Big. It's the funniest thing of them just being like Tom Hanks Tom Hanks in Large Man. Small boy turns into Tom Hanks, the movie.
That's way creepier.
Yeah.
That's like way more unsettling.
Yeah. Featuring Penny Marshall. Like it's just so good. Anyways, I'm gonna stop. I'm not ending on a crash. I'm gonna end on my own accord. No.